Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stretch into Bed Flow. This is a short flow tonight that's going to get us stretched out, relaxed, and ready for some sleep. So I'm starting by sitting on a little bit of height, right on the edge so I can drop my knees down low. Hands can rest on the knees. And then just take a moment and find something in your room, maybe a spot on the floor. And let's just notice the texture and the color of that spot on the floor. And then allow your gaze to move to something else in the room. Noticing the color, the texture, little details you might not always notice. And then let your vision move one more time, settling on a new object. Noticing the color, the texture, and the fine details. Then moving into yourself, allow those eyes to begin to close as we transition from the outside of our body to the inside of the body. And bring your attention to the tip of your nose. Maybe you can feel your breath as it moves in past the nostrils into your lungs. And noticing the temperature change of that breath as it moves out again. Taking a few moments to follow the path of the breath in through the nostrils, the mouth, into the lungs and chest. And on your next exhale, let's drop the chin to chest. And then moving left ear to left shoulder, stretching out that neck. And perhaps you want to take that right arm and reach it out to the side, walking those fingertips out. It's okay if they don't touch the floor. Drop that left shoulder. And just check in on how your neck has perhaps held the tension in today. With every exhale, watch as a little bit of that tension leaves your body. Bring your hand back to the lap. Slowly move the chest back to center, chin back to center, and then roll right ear to right shoulder. Letting that right shoulder drop down. Now let's reach the left hand out to the side. Walking those fingertips out. Noticing how this side of the neck may feel different. And with every exhale, just letting little bits of that tension ease out. Letting go of everything you're carrying in the day. Bring the hand back to the lap. Bring the chin back to the chest. And leaving your chin at the chest to open up the back of the neck, let's reach behind ourselves with those hands, maybe grasping fingers, perhaps interlacing fingers and palm. And just reaching behind you, down and back. Feeling those shoulders move back, chest open. And continuing to allow that breath to deepen a little bit longer. Releasing the hands, bring them back to the lap. And let's bring that chin up to the sky, stretching the front of the throat. And you can swing those arms out to the sides, nice and slow, reaching up toward the ceiling. Palms come together. Maybe allow those eyes to flutter open nice and slow, taking in the light. And exhale, let's bring those arms down to the side, chin back to center. Take a few more deep breaths, gaze soft at the floor. And let's sweep those arms back up. Exhale down the right one. Reaching for the ground. Inhale tall, exhale, side bend. And you're reaching out that side arm. Reaching that left hip towards your prop as you reach the fingers away. And perhaps you want that gaze to come up at the roof as well, if that feels good. We often forget about our side body during the day, so this one can feel nice at the end of the day, letting go of all that tension, that stiffness. Inhale it, slowly come up, reaching both arms high. Exhale, other arm comes down, reaching tall and walking into your side bend. Taking time to find your reach. Bring your left hip back to the prop as you reach that right arm over. And feeling the breath travel through the body. Inhale up, reaching tall one more time. Then exhale to bring those arms to heart center, tucking the chin. And taking a moment to think of one thing today that you are grateful for. I'm going to slowly come off the prop. I'm going to move it to the side for later. We're going to spin around onto our seat and walk onto our backs. Legs are up. Inhale, bring your right knee into your chest, wrapping your arms around your shin. And you can keep that left leg bent, or perhaps you want to walk it out long. And then take a moment to ask yourself, can my arms do less work? Can I keep my knee in my chest with 5% less effort? And then perhaps thinking of your shoulders and your neck and your head. Can you allow them to release into the mat just a little more? The tension that builds up during the day, sometimes we don't even realize it. And so if you feel that clenching in your shoulders, taking that deep inhale through the nose. And perhaps you want to do a long sigh out the mouth, feeling your back body connect with the ground. And slowly you can walk that left knee back to bend. Swing out the right knee and the foot comes on top of the left, making a figure four. And pause here for a moment, pushing your top leg away from your body. And if you're feeling a stretch in your hip here and your glute, this is where you're going to stay. A nice place to end the day. And if you feel like there's a little more room for you today, you can roll up a little, bringing one hand through the middle, one hand around the side, interlacing those hands behind the thigh, bringing the leg forward, and then easing your shoulders and head back down. Finding that nice long breath. And feeling your back body sink into the mat. It can feel nice here at the end of the day, maybe to rotate that left ankle as it's hanging out there. Maybe giving it 3 or 4 rolls in one direction, then moving it the other. A little bit of ankle mobility at the end of the day. And allowing yourself to grow still. Feeling that hip and glute as we stretch out and get ready for bed. In your exhale, you can release the hands from behind the thigh and set the foot down. Bring those arms out to cactus. And then we're slowly going to lift those hips up. Move them over to the right side. And then slowly rotate to the left in a twist. Foot is reaching for the ground in this twist variation. Head can drop over to the side. And if your knee or your hip doesn't like the knee up version, you are welcome to any other twist version maybe the knees on top of each other that you like today. And wherever you are, inhaling deep, exhaling long. Allowing each breath to bring you closer to the mat. Bringing you more in tune with your body. Leaving the outside world behind for tonight. Then you can bring your gaze back to center. Slowly begin to unwind the legs. Releasing the right foot. Now we're going to bring the left knee into the chest, wrapping the hands around the shin. Option to stay here with the left leg bent or walk it down nice and long. Perhaps on an inhale, adjusting your knee a little bit, finding your place of stillness. These longer yin type holds start to slow us down at the end of our day. They allow our bodies to remember that we're going to slow down. Our body temperature begins to drop as we still. Those are all things that get us ready for sleep. Feeling that deep breath as it moves throughout. Slowly bring that right foot in, planting the foot on the ground. We're going to swing the left knee out, right foot comes across. Finding your figure four and pausing here for a moment. Really pushing your upper leg away from the body. Checking in with your hip and your butt muscles to see, is this my 70% stretch? Is this where I want to stay today to be safe? Body. And if you have room to grow to that 70% stretch, you can begin to curl up, wrapping those arms around the thigh, and then slowly coming back down. Using that breath to help your back body, your shoulders, your head relax on the mat. Once you feel settled, you can begin to rotate that right ankle a few times in one direction, working that ankle mobility, and maybe the other way. I like to remember the ankles in my practice because they help greatly with balance, coming up and down those curves and slippery streets. It's just a nice little way to get some ankle movement in. And coming into stillness, feeling the stretch in your hips or your butt, maybe both. We all have different bodies and we're all going to feel these poses slightly different. So finding your 70% stretch, staying there with a nice, long, calm breath. You can slowly release the hands from the thigh, plant the foot. Open those arms back up to cactus arms. Lift the hips, move them to the left. And then we're slowly going to rotate to the right. Well, I'm going to run into my wall a little bit, so I'm going to modify my twist. And drop the gaze to the left. In our at-home practices, sometimes we have coffee tables and walls in the way. So just modify your practice however you need, shifting one way or the other. Maybe you let your arms out nice and long. The important part in our evening bedtime practice is that we keep coming back to that long inhale. And that long exhale that allows us to get heavy and sink into the ground. And that can take a while, so be patient with yourself. It's been a long day. We've all been up for probably 12 to 16 hours, so it takes a while to release everything that's happened in the day. If your mind wanders, just come back to your breath. And slowly bring the gaze back to center. Unwind the legs back to center. Uncross them. Now we're going to bring the knees into the chest. And then you can bring those legs up into the air. Maybe grabbing behind the thighs. And if you're by a wall in your house, you can always do legs up the wall as well. Stay there for a while. It's one of my favorite pre-bedtime poses. So either using the support of the wall or your hands. And just feel that circulation flow change. Inhaling deep. Exhaling long. Releasing the day. Then slowly begin to bend those knees as you bring the feet back down to the mat. Walking the legs out, heels to corners. Arms come by our sides. Palms roll up. And perhaps you want to slightly tuck the chin to rest the head on the mat. Nice and comfy. Our body benefits from movement. All kinds of movement. Slow, fast, long holds. And our mind benefits from stillness. So this is our time here to be still. Allow our bodies to begin to rest and restore for tomorrow. Perhaps you just want to bring your attention to the belly and feel it rise and fall with that breath. Sometime in this time of stillness at the end, our final Shavasana, I find it cool is my butt muscles may finally decide to relax and do a little twinge. And all of a sudden you'll notice you'll be a little closer to the ground. So if that happens to you, please let me know in the comments. I always think that's the coolest sensation. Sometimes it can happen. In all of our little muscles, you'll feel that twinge and that let go. I encourage you, if you have the time before bed, especially if you have a warm blanket nearby, to stay here a little bit longer. If you're ready to move to your nice warm bed, we're going to plant those feet on the ground. We're going to bring those arms overhead, reaching low. And then slowly rolling over to your one side, using your arm as a pillow. And just pausing here and thinking of one other thing you are grateful for in your day today. And taking a moment to acknowledge it. You can press your top hand into the ground and slowly come up to a seated position. Head comes up last. Finding that comfortable seat. Hands on the lap. We're going to sit nice and tall. Feeling that spine grow toward the ceiling. Bring the hands to heart center. Tucking the chin. Inhaling deep one last time. Exhaling slowly through the mouth, letting everything from today, the good, the bad, the ordinary, the mundane, the exciting, letting it all go. Allowing those eyes to flutter open, hands to the lap. And I wish you the best sleep tonight. Until we meet again, continue to breathe, move, and grow. See you next time.